Now, with the Mushoku Tensei spin-off Roxy is Serious coming out next Tuesday, and of course the light novels coming out in paperback by the end of next month of May, I still got nothing else left of Mushoku Tensei to really talk about. There's not much info really has been coming out besides everyone getting ready for the releases of the upcoming debuts of the books, but nothing on the anime. So what I decided to do is, well, might as well talk about the manga chapters themselves. I've already up to date with all the manga that I have right now with me, and Volume 9 ain't come out until, August, so I got a long way to go. So I decided, from now on, once a week, I will review the chapters up to date on the manga itself. Not the books, but the chapters that come out every month. That being said, for those of you who've been following me with the manga when it comes to the books, I'll be jumping way ahead. Chapter 52 when it comes to the internet. So if you don't want to be spoiled or anything, I suggest you guys leave the video right now. So here's your warning. Okay, let's get on it. Last chapter, chapter 51, was the ending of the juvenile period arc, where Rudius was a child, and that was the end of the arc. They made it back to the Ashura area, where Eris' home was, but everything is gone, including her parents and her grandfather, and of course her heir rights. So she's reduced to nothing, but to become a concubine to a next descendant instead. But instead, they were given two options. The brother's option was to become salvage what you have to the family heir and make what you have, or what Gasoline said, run away with Rudius and live happy. Just do that. Everyone knows Eris was never truly suited for being a noble. She's just not. That being said, Eris decided to sleep with Rudius that day to have a family. And then, as you know, the next morning she left Rudius, leaving Rudius completely heartbroken. Because of that chapter, Eris became a very hated character among the community, so far as I know. The English community, however, because not a lot of the English people have read the novels. But luckily, the latest chapter that came out this month, chapter 52, gave us a nice perspective on Eris. We got a nice color page. In fact, Mushoku Tensei is going to get the May cover, actually, which is pretty amazing. Is going to have Eris and a white-haired colored person, which I will not spoil who they are. So anyways, with Eris, she goes through her perspective. And a lot of people are mad at what she did, but I completely understand it. When it comes to relationships, both sides believe that they have to put something on the table to offer something in return to contribute to the relationship. So it won't just be a one-sided relationship. You will be surprised. A lot of people are very self-conscious and, of course, insecure about themselves. And if they feel like their partner is too good for them, they will leave. Even if it does seem selfish to them, it seems selfless. Like, it feels like they're holding that other person back. So they will leave if that is the case. But they will not leave because they feel like, I just don't like you. It's because they feel like I'm slowing you down. So I need to improve myself to at least be with you, or else I'll feel disgusted and just helpless. I have seen this, especially in this one movie I saw with Adam Sandler in it called Spanglish, where Adam was a great husband, but the wife she felt she was a terrible wife. So she felt like she didn't deserve to be in that relationship or get alone and have that kind of family. You'll be surprised what people go through, especially, I hate to say it, women, and also sometimes men. So what happened is this. Eris is not good at many things. She's not good at reading or writing or math or etiquette or even dancing. However, what she does have that she makes up for a lot is the sword and her strength. That's all that she really has going for her. And that, and of course, I guess, her beauty too. But other than that, she has nothing left. Compared to Rudius, who's very smart, sociable, can get along with people, make deals, plan things ahead, and study, she feels inferior. So what she felt like is, okay, since Rudius can do all this, but he's just a maid, so he's not physically strong. For Eris, I was like, okay, I'll contribute by protecting Rudius, by being strong for Rudius. That's what she always wanted to do. However, she felt like the entire adventure, what she was going through in her mind, was that Rudy was pretty much putting up with her and trying to do everything and breaking under pressure for her sake. So she felt like a burden, just a lost cause, that she was just slowing him down. And then she realized that Rudy was just still a child as they were doing it, as she was holding his hand while they're doing it. She's still a child. He is younger than her, and she felt like she was just using him, her own guilt to do that. Because when she did go back to her home, she felt like Rudy has no excuse to be with her anymore. So she felt like that he was going to leave. So she was using that moment right there to, in a way, trap him. That's what she felt. And then she realized what she's doing was wrong. Sure, it'd be nice to rely on Rudius, but to her, she felt like she don't contribute nothing. So she decided to leave. And remember, she is a warrior. She is not good with her words. As you've been seeing with Redred, they're not really good at communicating or thinking things far ahead. They're very simple-minded people. So when she read the letter to Rudius, which seemed like, we do not match up, I'm off to our journey, Eris, to Rudius, it's like, you're terrible at bed, I changed my mind, I'm hitting the road, bye. That's what Rudius felt, but that's not the case. But however, you have to realize Eris is not that smart. People said, yes, I'm going off the journey to become stronger, wait for me. She could have wrote that, yes. And this was mentioned, too, in the novels. But however, this is Eris we're talking about. She is not a smart person. She is not good with her words. Yes, the most common sensible thing would have been the best thing to write, but you gotta forget, Eris is not made on common sense. She acts before she thinks. Now, years have passed. Rudius is now 15 years old. We are on the young men period. Look, we're on the youth period, actually, I believe. Yes, the youth period right now. And Rudius is 15 years old. In this past period of time, he has been traveling place to place, creating a name for himself called Rudius the Quagmire. Yes, a lot of jokes have been coming along with this. People keep typing giggity giggity every freaking time. I'm like, okay, I get it. I saw this coming. The Russian fan club didn't do this. The French fan club didn't do this. The Hispanic fan club didn't do this. And especially the Japanese fan club didn't do this. But the American fan club, of course the American fan club had to do this. They had to do the giggity thing. Everyone else that said Rudy the Quagmire did not make that joke. But I knew when Mushoku Tensei get translated here in English, that joke would have been made. And it was made. Giggity, giggity, freaking goo. Happy now? Are you happy? Now that rage thing going on, let's continue. Rudius has been traveling around the world, well, not around the world, but around, even joined a guild, which was part of Volume 7 in the light novels, but some people consider it filler because it wasn't really part of the web novel story. But is it truly filler if it's still part of his life? Because after all, the main point of this story is just about Rudius' life altogether. So can you recall any parts of anyone's life filler? That's like saying any part that you go through in life. For instance, you're going through a crisis in life, and because people are not interested in it, people consider it filler. But technically, it's not filler because it's still part of your actual life story. Just saying. So that's why I don't see Volume 7 as filler, but I just see it more as an extra story that was put into place to explain the time skip. But it seems like the manga is not going to do Volume 7. They're going to just go straight to Volume 8. Okay. Well, anyways, Rudius is suffering from something that no one knows yet. Even though he's strong enough to even destroy a stray dragon on his own, and he's great with magic, he has lost a bit of himself. He's not the up and chippy kind of person he is anymore. In fact, when a guy was trying to offer him a girl to be with, who looked just kind of like Eris, but easy on the eyes, he broke down crying. Even when he was trying to smile, it looked like a pathetic smile. Rudius has lost all self-confidence inside of himself. In fact, according to the books, he spent the rest of these years just training and studying magic. That's all he's been doing, is working out every day. He gets up every day in the morning, sword practice, jog around the town, exercise, and of course, study magic. That's all he does, and get his name out there by doing work. Joining up at parties, he's still trying to find his mom. Until Esselin, I still get her name right without reading it, but the elf woman, who was part of party and also traveling around with Roxy, as came to inform him they have found some word about Zenith's whereabouts. And that so ends the chapter. That was chapter 52. Very crazy. It's a nice time skip. Rudy has that ponytail just like his father and the cow whip and stuff. Just like his dad. He got the mole and everything. So he's looking like a skinnier version of Paul in a way. Because Paul is more buffed than Rudy says. Because Rudy's is a mage where Paul is a warrior. So there's the difference. But he looks dead. He looks really dead inside. Because fucking Eris. Eris thought she did the right thing, but nah, girl, you fucked this boy over, man. You traumatized our child, and he ain't getting back up for a while. God damn. Love hurts, ladies and gentlemen. Love truly does hurt. But yes, that was Mushoku Tensei. Chapter 52. I can't wait for 53. I'm so glad. You know how much I suffered from last month from not having to see a chapter at all from last month? I'm like, oh god, it took forever. We did get the anime announcement last month, but still no new chapter, and it was just killing me. So yes, I will definitely be reviewing the spin-off series and of course the light novels when it comes here in America, which I've already pre-ordered, so I am already psyched for that and can't wait to review it with you guys. Someone did ask me, will I live stream me reading the light novels? I don't think you want to hear me reading for that long. I don't want to hear me reading for that long. When I do read, I read my mind and I use different people's voices that will match their voices in the books when I do read. So even then, I don't hear me read, but that's just me. But let me know otherwise. That's all I got for the video. I hope you guys are hyped for me, still hyped about the Mushoku Tensei anime and the spin-offs compared to other junk that's airing right now. And I will make another video actually about that other certain anime I was talking about, the Kenjai no manga video tomorrow. But for now, I got some stuff to do. This is the last video I'll be doing. So I'll be back tomorrow to do some reviews and, of course, some rants. One rant, but that's all. So anyways, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and, of course, hit that bell icon. Madcrownxox, sign out.